Okay, hi, my name is Mhako. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm studying civic leadership at Tulane University. I'm one of the few female documentary filmmakers in Zimbabwe. There are not a lot of filmmakers in Zimbabwe that are female, and I'm proud to say that I've actually taken up the charge. Why I chose documentary filmmaking, I believe that the community had a voice that was not being heard. The people had a voice that was not being heard. And I saw documentary as the best start because already we do not have much resources to actually get into full productions, that is feature films or short films, but documentaries are easier access to the people, easier to ask questions and easier to let people know what's going on. I've been mainly doing development documentaries, development-based documentaries, ones that focus on encouraging social resilience, ones that focus on actually encouraging people to come up with solutions amongst themselves as a people to some of the social problems that we're facing in Zimbabwe. I've worked on documentaries that leverage innovative technology for development. I've worked on documentaries that encourage agriculture as a viable solution to the social problems of unemployment and food security in Zimbabwe. And I've worked on documentaries that just encourage maternal health. So it's actually a calabash of documentaries I've worked on. So what I realized then was that documentaries were not really appealing to the people, to a lot of people that I actually wanted to watch them. People back in Zimbabwe like watching film series. They relate more to actually a lot of American film series that they watch. So I decided that if we actually wanted to try and shift a bit to actually doing the series type of filming so that we could get a wider viewership, I needed to learn. I needed to learn, and I needed to learn from the best. And so this opportunity of actually applying for YALI came up, and I decided to take it with the intention, of course, of learning exactly how the Americans do it, because they are the most famous filmmakers in the world. Actually, their films are popular, their films are widespread. Everyone loves American films. And so getting this opportunity for me was something that was really beautiful, because this is the chance I had been waiting for. And I really just took it on, and I said, I'm going to learn the best I can. My colleagues actually asked me the same question after we had been selected for YALI, and they said, you are the only one who's actually an artist, who's a filmmaker, who's actually said, I want to go under the civic leadership. Shouldn't you have been under entrepreneurship? And I said, well, not all of us can actually be in this for profit or for gain, because at the end of the day, who's got the people's interest at heart? And that is what I have at heart. I really want our stories as a people to be heard, because before I'm a filmmaker, I'm a citizen of the community, and I'm just using now my talents to actually upscale the voices of the people. Well, for starters, I actually got a bit confused when people were then saying to me, maybe you should have been an entrepreneur and not, because at the end of the day, then are you really an artist, or you are just an activist? But one thing that I didn't know, and one thing that I've actually got to learn through this program, is that arts have every right to actually be civic leaders, especially because they've got a voice and they can creatively come up with solutions that people need. I can say at least sometimes that our ministers or our leaders sometimes are not the most creative people, and sometimes all we need are creative solutions to our problems. And so that's the mesh that I see between art and being a civic leader. I learned a lot of things. I learned about the importance of actually working together, bringing different elements of working together to come up with one consolidated voice. I learned that I can't do it on my own as a filmmaker. I need the community's voice. I need to listen to the community. I need them to tell me what it is that they want to hear, or what they want to see, and then I put that into art form. YALI is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I would encourage every young Zimbabwean to apply, every young Zimbabwean who dreams to be an effective leader, because here it's not only about learning from the international examples that have been set before us, but it's about learning also from the other young African leaders who may or actually are going through the same social and economic problems that we have back at home. Well, during this yearly experience, I got the opportunity to be partnered with 2 Cent TV, which is actually a prominent youth engagement platform here in New Orleans. I think they're actually quite famous in America. And the thing that I learned from them is that how they are using this kind of engagement, especially TV, to talk about the social problems, to talk about the issues that they have, and especially targeting young people. I think that's amazing, because they have managed to actually break down to the young people to actually hear their voices, of which not a lot of societies do that. They don't really listen to what the young people are saying, and at the end of the day there's that disengage between the young people and the adults, or between the young people and what's going on in their society, in their economies. And so these young people are actually tackling some issues like violence in the cities, because apparently New Orleans has the highest violence rates in the world. And so they are actually talking about those issues in their films. You know, they make up their own music videos, they make up their own short films that talk about the issues. And these films will actually go on to be screened at the BET Awards, which is something that's quite amazing, because they're giving the young people a voice. And what I like is actually when talking to some of the young women who were part of this program, they say to me, we are so fortunate to actually be part of programs like this, because it keeps us off the streets. Now that's amazing to me, because I also have a lot of young people back home who are in the streets right now because they have nothing else to do. A program like this, I would actually adapt it for use back at home and actually encourage people to speak out, to film their issues.